Musri Nauli is fighting to save the rainforest. And that entails fighting the companies that set fire to forests to clear land for palm oil plantations. Global demand for palm oil is soaring, but the booming industry comes at a price. Indonesia now has one of the world's worst environmental records. The problem is especially acute in Sumatra, where Musri lives. Can he gather sufficient evidence to sue the arsonists? Monsoon rains have put out the fires for now, but Sumatra is still shrouded in an acrid haze. Musri Nauli and his team are examining a map and discussing their next mission.
Today we'll be heading out to some remote villages in the east that have suffered serious damage from forest fires. I'll be talking to locals there.
The 42-year-old lawyer and environmental activist is collecting evidence so he can sue those he holds responsible for the devastation.
In October, 80% of Sumatra was engulfed in thick smoke. Everyone was breathing in toxic fumes. We use satellite data to compile maps. We've already been on the ground investigating the forest clearance in the areas marked in blue. We still haven't been here, to the area marked in red.
The journey to the east of the island takes several hours.
This used to be peatland that was home to a wide range of biodiversity, but native plants have been replaced with oil palms. Look, there's a savanna monitor lizard. You don't see many of them around here anymore.
There are no paved roads here. Musri will need to take a boat to reach the village. He's picked up by Ahmed, a local farmer, who tells him about the recent forest fires.
We immediately reported the fires to the police, but the local government did nothing, and the regional police did nothing. I think they want people to keep quiet about the fires. The palm oil companies first promised us that they would be improving our lives, but I have the impression they want to destroy the local economy. I really hope that these companies will soon be stripped of their land rights in our village.
Itu harapan kami dari 3 desa ini khususnya. Nampak macam jauh juga jalan kita tak? Penutup batasan kita dengan jalan itu belum. Sudah tak jauh. Mau pergi. Di Indonesia.
In Indonesia, a legal battle is always complicated. In many cases, it's the judges themselves hampering law enforcement. If the defendant can afford to bribe the judges, then a case can drag on for ages. But I still haven't given up hope that there are still fair judges.
Bisa diselesaikan.
The village of Sogo has a population of 300. Most people here are farmers. There's only one village school and no one qualified to give legal advice. Musri asks the locals how they are. They were all affected by the fires.
Sudah tuh
The smoke was especially bad for children and the elderly. The children couldn't go to school for weeks. And we weren't able to work in the fields. We were all stuck at home. Musri is helping them write statements he'll use to build his case.
The forms have to be filled out by a lawyer. By me. This is where you need to sign.
The palm oil companies are making our lives very difficult. We never had forest fires here before they arrived. The toxic fumes are terrible. The smoke almost killed me. These companies need to be held to account. And that's why I'm reporting the case to Friends of the Earth Indonesia.
The farmers show Musri where the fire raged.
This channel was built by the palm oil companies. It destroyed the whole peatland. The water drained away through the channel, which meant the ground was dry and therefore burned more easily.
One farmer explains to Musri that the tree was so dry, it died even before the fire. He says the water was so high it came up to his chest. GPS data will help Musri prove that the fire started on land owned by a palm oil company. He's made a number of attempts to talk to the palm oil producers, but they refused. Now their first meeting is likely to be in court.
What do you need in order to sue the palm oil companies?
As soon as I've collected all the statements from villagers in the area, I'll submit all my evidence to the court. I'm going to sue 18 palm oil companies. But for now, all we can do is pray and hope that justice will be done.
It's not always easy to find witnesses. Few local farmers are prepared to speak out about the slash and burn practices and who's behind them. Mohammed is an exception. He's willing to tell Musri what he knows, but only when the other villagers are out of earshot.
In the past, when palm oil companies asked us to clear the forest, there would at least be firefighters on hand. But these days they just go ahead and slash and burn, often up to 80 hectares in one go. And to start with, I felt I had to work for the palm oil companies. I didn't have any other work. It was the same for my friends. We all burn the morests.
Mereka itu maksanya tuh karena kita kerja di situ.
But Mohammed quit. He now lives off his modest rubber plantation.
As a child, I used to love collecting berries and watching the animals in the forest. There's such amazing flora and fauna there. But the greed for palm oil has made people forget that.
When Musri isn't busy working on his case, he spends as much time as possible with his 10-year-old son, Lindo.
My dearest wish is that my son will have a better future and clean air to breathe. That's what motivates me. That's why I'm doing everything in my power to prevent the government granting these companies more land rights so they can carry on destroying the environment.
At last we can play football again. I wasn't allowed outside for months. My parents said I wasn't allowed outside because the pollution would make me sick.
Musri is visiting another forest that's just been cleared, most likely to make way for a palm oil plantation. Today he's taking a scooter. If he went by car, he'd be too conspicuous. His mission is a dangerous one. The palm oil companies are worth billions and enjoy good relations with Indonesia's politicians. But the activists refuse to be intimidated.
This used to be rich peatland. There was water everywhere.
Slash and burn practices are rampant across Indonesia. Over 100,000 have occurred this year alone. Now the first oil palms are growing up out of the scorched earth. The activists are determined to put a stop to this destruction. Musri Nauli has been campaigning against deforestation for nearly 2 decades.
This red line marks the borders of the palm oil company's concessions. The arrow in the middle shows where we are.
Musri has found more evidence to back up his case.
The satellite data corresponds to the data on the palm oil company's land rights. A huge channel was built through the area. This all suggests that the palm oil companies were behind the forest fires.
Musri has finally gathered enough proof to bring a case, but he knows that a legal battle with mighty palm oil producers will be a lengthy one, and that he only has a slim chance of winning.